Cheer! What the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one, and this one is, do the White Walkers have a culture? Now, I was asked this question by a couple of subscribers over and over again. They keep asking me, like, Don, are the White Walkers just mindless creatures? Were they just this type of virus that was put on the planet by the children of force to destroy man? Is that their sole purpose in this game, just to destroy things, and after they're destroyed, see the world burn and just be done with it? I have to say that I do not believe that that is the case, and that we could basically go into the show and a little bit of books to prove that point, but mostly just what we've seen in the show, we have proof that the White Walkers are more than just zombie-like creatures. Now, the first point I would say, the fact that they control zombie-like creatures kind of says that they are not zombie-like creatures. And the fact that they know that they can control these creatures and stuff should also point to the fact that they are not zombie-like creatures. But first, let's just go to the most reliable person in this book, and that is Old Nan, when she's talking to Bran and telling him about the long night, and then take from what she said there and see if that helps us decide if the White Walkers have any type of culture.
In that darkness, the White Walkers came for the first time. They swept through cities and kingdoms, riding their dead horses, hunting with their packs of pale spiders, big as hounds.
So I think that this is proof right here that the White Walkers do have some form of culture. Number one, she says that they ride dead horses. Anyone who's going to ride a horse, you must have some type of culture. I mean, I've seen monkeys do tricks and jump on other animals, but that's because they were trained to do so. But I would just have to think that if a creature knows that they have to ride this other creature because it's able to carry them across distances, that they have some type of sense and some type of culture, and that also that they have these packs of dead spiders that are as big as hounds they use to hunt and kill people also helps me believe that they have a form of a culture. And that leads us right to the lands of always winter, and we've seen that the show spoiled the books, and we've seen that the White Walker, that the baby was changed into a White Walker. And we see here that in the lands of always winter that they have a hierarchy. They have 13 people there. I've explained why they had 13 people before in the video. And we see that they put the baby in this type of thing to change him, whatever you want to call it, some type of pillar situation, right? So they would not have this there, this ceremonial situation, if they did not have any type of culture. And if we look at their clothing, we see that it is clothing. And I would think that anyone who wears any type of clothing has to have some type of civilization. Now, we'll get back to this big-headed baby in a second, but first, let's go to Game of Thrones Episode 1, Season 1, right when we get introduced to the White Walkers. And the thing I would say to make you believe that they do have a culture, in the books, they let them fight one-on-one. They clearly go and let these dudes fight one-on-one and allow that to jump off. And you would not have a culture if you didn't know what a one-on-one was, right? You can't be giving people a head up if you're just a mindless zombie. But you could also see from the show that they have the bodies on display, and then when they come back, they let the bodies go. The fact that they would have the bodies on display and then remove the bodies just to fuck with you, show that if they're fucking with you, means to me they must have some type of culture, because they understand that this is funny to them, and they understand that this is going to scare you. So last but not least, let's go to my main man, the Night's motherfucking King. Now we know who the Night's King really is. He is the fearless Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, who was the 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, who, when he seen this female other, was so taken by her that he had to have her, so he captured her, and when he gave her his seed, he gave her his soul, thus transforming him into the Night's King. And then afterwards, they ruled within the Night Fort for 13 years until they were defeated by the King Beyond the Wall and Brandon the Breaker. Now, to me, this is the best proof, and really the only proof that you need that that they do have some form of culture. This man, when he became a White Walker, took his queen to the Night Fort, and they lived there and they ruled as king and queen. Now, they didn't have a culture. She wouldn't have known what the fuck was going on, but she understood that she was the queen and he was the king. And in order to understand that, you have to have some type of culture. So I think there's no doubt when you hear this and from that they definitely have a culture. Also note that the Night Fort is the only castle that uses the wall itself for rooms and for steps, and that the Night's Queen had no problem living there for 13 years, in and out of the wall, inside the nooks and cranny, and none of these so-called spells that were in there affected her whatsoever. So I would say don't believe the hype when you hear all that. That's my opinions on the White Walkers and if they do have a culture, which I believe they do. So if you're looking for new Game of Thrones videos from Teflon TV, know that I upload new videos every Monday and every Saturday for Game of Thrones, and I'll also have a fantasy football video every Thursday. So if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace! And stay sexy.